everyone, Renee here, and welcome to day 2 of my winter skincare routine vlog. Today is Tretinoin day, so it's going to be all about the retinoids. My morning routine today was exactly the same as for day 1, and the rest of my day was similar as well. So for this video, I'm going to just focus on my evening routine. Tonight is Tret night, and you're gonna have to bear with me because I got a lot to say about my journey so far. Plus, I've been getting so many questions from a lot of you, and I want to be able to answer some of them as well in this video. Since starting Altreno, honestly, like I would say all my routines revolve around this right now, but more about that later. Again, today was a no makeup day, which has pretty much become the norm at this point. So just like for day 1, I only need one cleanser for tonight. So my double cleanse is going to consist of, first step, rinsing my skin with water, and then second step will be my second cleanser. This is pretty much what many of you do in your morning routine. So I'm gonna use, probably one of my all-time favorite winter cleansers, which is this one from Paula's Choice, their Optimal Results Hydrating Cleanser. These are the two cleansers, the Aveeno and the Paula's Choice, that I've been instinctively reaching for the most over the last few months. They're the ones that my skin just really felt it wanted, and these also make fabulous morning cleansers as well. So I just rinsed my face with water until I really felt like anything that might have been sitting on top of my skin is gone, and now I am going to do my second cleanse. Again, it's a really satisfying creamy gel texture. You can apply this over the eyes, just like with the Aveeno, and it won't irritate them. But so gentle, non-foaming, very comforting. When I rinse this off again, my skin does not feel stripped, even in the slightest. In fact, I even feel like it retains some moisture for some time. After rinsing, no residue whatsoever. My skin still feels really hydrated and kind of plump as well, like nothing has been stripped away. This to me again is very similar to the La Roche-Posay or CeraVe hydrating cleansers, except for the texture of it is just so much more lush. I really enjoy it because it's thick and it just feels really good on the skin, like really comforting to use. So first step after cleansing, just like for day 1, I'm going to be using the Allies of Skin Prebiotics and Niacinamide Booster. I've mentioned this so many times before, but niacinamide is such a perfect pairing to go with in the same routine as when you use any kind of retinoid. It really helps not just, I feel, boost the efficacy and the results, but also at the same time, it really reduces inflammation or any possible inflammation or redness that could occur, which is a good thing. But it gives your skin everything it needs. So for hydration step, I'm going to use something that I kind of just started using, and that's pretty cool. From Dr. Ceramide, their vegan kombucha tea essence. So this is essentially a green tea essence toner / moisturizer hybrid. So you can imagine why this appeals to me so much and why I'm actually really loving it so far. The essence toner part of this is basically green tea. It's a green tea toner with green tea extract and some Saccharomyces. This also has Centella asiatica in it. It's just very much up my alley. And it's biphase, but not the way that we usually expect. It's not biphase with an oil. This is biphase with a moisturizer. It's an emulsion going on here. You can see it, a layer of creaminess. This moisturizer layer is sunflower seed oil, so it's all good. But yeah, so I'm gonna shake this thing up. Gosh, it's almost like when you put milk in tea or milk in coffee. It comes out beautifully milky, but also thin. I've definitely applied a little too much first. So hydrating, and there's a little bit of moisturizing going on as well. It's really nice and milky. So I actually prefer this to the Laneige Cream Skin, because I've mentioned before that I find the Laneige Cream Skin overly greasy, whereas this is just right. This actually does absorb, leaving your skin feeling very hydrated, but also with a layer of moisture. And I think for a lot of people with oily skin, this is pretty much all you need. And I also just love how antioxidant rich this is. I think I only need one skin of this today, but there are days where I feel like I could probably do multi-layers. And when you do multiple skins, it still doesn't even get that heavy. But of course, you can always overdo it. My nighttime eye cream is the same. It's from Youth to the People, their Dream Eye Cream. I think it's pretty important to use a substantial eye cream before using Tret because it just ensures that it creates a barrier so that your Tret doesn't necessarily migrate to these more sensitive areas. Now for moisturizer, I am going to skip the oil step because I feel like I already got that in my hydration step. I got a little boost of that, but just enough, not too much. On Tret nights, I do kind of want a simpler routine, especially when I'm using it after moisturizer. So I'm using Farmacy's Honey Halo. I think I have maybe 2 more uses of this left, and then I'm going to repurchase. So just like for the area around the eyes, now would be a good time before I apply my Tret to actually apply my lip balm so I can really protect this area around my lips, which tend to be really sensitive. And you know, if you get Tret on it, it can be painful. You know what, I'm just gonna indulge and use my By Terry Balm de Rose because I deserve you. Yeah, I'm just gonna apply a little outside my lips just to get that lip line. So now for the star of the routine, and I have been waiting to share about this with you and to update you on my retinoid journey, but I'm excited. So the reason why I'm using this at the end of my routine over my moisturizer is because my skin is still adjusting. So a couple of months ago, I decided to take my Tretinoin to another level, and I started using prescription Altreno. So the last time I did a skincare routine, which I believe was in the summer, I was using Curology 0.02%. I got to a point where I can apply my Curology immediately after cleansing. I was using it 4 times a week, which I think is ideal for me. So Curology gave me the ability to start off super low at 0.009%, and that was perfect. That is exactly the way I needed to build up the tolerance in my skin, and it did take a while. So I've been hearing a lot of great things about Altreno, mainly because of its really elegant formula and elegant texture, but also it's hydrating, it's not as irritating as other formulas that are equivalent. So a few months ago, I just felt comfortable taking the leap to 0.05% Tret. And even though it's a big leap, I feel prepared. I feel very well prepared. A lot of you are curious about why I felt I needed to go to 0.05% if 0.02% was working really, really well. I'm a big proponent of seeking out the best percentage that works for your skin and not just, you know, the highest and most concentrated available. And while I think that Tretinoin is one of the most flattering skincare ingredients you can use, I mean, it really gives a beautiful glow, more so than any other type of retinoid, in my opinion. I didn't feel like the 0.02% that I was using previously had enough or distinctive enough of an impact on my hyperpigmentation and, you know, my pores and things like that. I mean, look, this face has been exposed to 48 years of elements and life in general. So I don't think 0.05% Tret is the craziest thing, you know? So Altreno is one of my favorite and most effective skincare formulas to date. In fact, I really wanted to include it in my 2020 favorites, but then I thought, you know what? This just requires a bigger conversation because, you know, we're not just talking about something you can buy off the shelves. This is a prescription treatment, and so it's not going to be for everybody. This is not inexpensive. Of course, with prescription medication, there's always an opportunity to maybe find a coupon or something, but nothing was available when I got it. I paid over $150 for it. So let's talk about the texture and the glorious user experience. So first of all, this comes out as a really hydrating gel/emulsion, which is a complete departure from your usual Tretinoin formulas, which tend to be a little more creamy, slightly chalky. You know, it doesn't spread too far. So the way this applies, it's a hydrating jelly. So it just applies better. A little bit goes a long way because it spreads really, really well before it sets, which is great because it allows me to get a very even layer all over my skin without one area perhaps getting more of the tret than another area, which, in turn, can cause more irritation in certain patches on your skin. But with this, you really need just a very small amount because it goes so far and it gives you the thinnest and most even layer. The other great thing about this texture is it makes it so much easier to fit into my skincare routine, which tends to have, a few steps in it. So if you like to layer your skincare, this fits seamlessly in your hydrating step. So even if you apply this straight after cleansing and then you want to apply more of your hydrating serums or even hydrating toner over it, it's perfect. I always found that really awkward with other tretinoin formulas. So even though I did use my Curology right after cleansing, it was weird using a hydrating serum or a hydrating toner over that. When I apply this, I'm still staying away from areas like the nasolabial folds, anywhere where the formula can really collect. Definitely around my mouth area and around my eye area, I stay away from. I also avoid my neck. I'm not at a point where I'm using this on my neck yet because the skin here tends to be really sensitive. And I kind of went back to using it only twice a week over my moisturizer after I had a bout of retinizing earlier. I got a bit cavalier, I'm not gonna lie to you. I just applied it neat one day and I thought all would be fine and I thought I can handle it. I couldn't. So that's it for day 2, my evening skincare routine with tretinoin. I hope you enjoyed watching and stay tuned for day 3.